So now we're going to slip some punches. Okay, so slipping punches is we're just going to avoid being hit. Okay, but only slightly. We don't need to move too much. We just need to move enough that the punch is avoided. So one of the first mistakes that beginners make is, one, they move like a metronome, and two, they move too far. It's got to be a small and subtle movement, and it's done primarily with the shoulders. So if I'm slipping a punch, I'm going to bring my lead shoulder forward or my rear shoulder forward, depending on the punch. Okay, if I can have my partner Yves here, okay, if he throws his lead hand, which is going to be his left, I'm going to bring my lead shoulder, my left, forward, and I'm moving off to the side. As he brings his back, boom, I'm back up here, back to where I started. I don't want to sit down here with my head offline. That's going to affect my balance and my ability to evade the next shot. If he throws his right, I'll move my right shoulder forward, okay, and I'm just slipping that punch just enough to get me out of the way of that punch, okay? His hands are not this wide. I don't need to move this far. That's really important, okay? The next thing is that we try our best to move to the outside of the punch. By that I mean, if Yves throws his right, I'll bring my right shoulder forward, whether I'm orthodox or southpaw, okay? Because now I'm on the outside of this punch. When I have my guard up, if he throws a left hook, for example now, I have my guard up here and I have my protection. If I were to slip to the inside of, say, a jab, if I were to slip to the inside of a jab, okay, now I'm lined up square on for that right cross. It's going to come straight through and he's going to punch me square in the face with it. Boom. That's the end of my day. Okay, so it's not a hard and fast rule, as we'll see later, but it is a good practice to get into the idea of slipping to the outside of the punches. Okay? Now we can start moving forward and back as we slip. So as I move forward and slip, I want to be stepping my lead foot toward Yves' center line. Okay? So as I'm moving forward and Yves is moving back, he'll throw his jab cross. And I'll slip and move forward. Slip and move forward. Okay? He doesn't want me to get close enough to give him a hug. Okay? But I'm trying just to get in just a little bit. I want to be within exchanging range. Again, I'll move forward, moving that lead foot first. Okay? Moving that lead foot first as I slip and move forward. So if I'm facing you, moving, 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 moving. And I should have my hands up the entire time. Okay, so just because I'm doing it without having my guard up now, I'm trying to show it to you. It plays better on camera. The reality of it is I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I've still got my guard up. When I'm going backwards, it's the same idea, but I'm moving the back foot first. So if he's going jab cross, I'm going 1, 2. Okay, and I can move forward and back. So I'll go 2 forward, 2 back. I'll go 1, 2, and he'll come back forward again. I'll go 1, 2. Okay, getting those feet to move, just like we did in the movement cross a lesson ago. Back and forward, forward, back. Back and forward, back. Left and right, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now we'll start adding some counter punches. Okay, so if I grab my gloves. Wow, that was a quick way to get our gloves on. Now we have our gloves on, okay, we can start adding some counter punches. So if Yves throws that left at me, I'm going to slip, and then here, I've got this loaded up already. As he pulls that hand back, I'm going to throw my right. Straight into there. Okay, as he throws that right, I'm going to come back here. I've loaded this hand up. I've still got my protection here, okay, but now as he pulls that hand back, I'm going to throw my left hook. Okay, so it's a very, very simple counter there. He throws the left, I go slip and cross. He throws the right, I slip and hook. Okay, for a southpaw, it might be slightly different. Yves will throw his left, I will slip and then hook off my lead. Okay, if he throws his right, I will slip and cross off my rear. Okay, so that's a good little point to come to here. I slip this side. If I bring my left shoulder forward for the slip, I will punch with my right hand. If I slip with my right shoulder forward, I will punch with my left hand. Okay? Your stance will dictate whether that is a hook or a straight. Okay, there are remixes and things you can do. You don't have to do it exactly this hard and fast way, but it is a great place to start. Once again, he throws that jab, I'll slip, throw my counter. He throws the cross, I'll slip, throw my counter. And again, slip, counter, slip, counter. Okay? It's also quite important that your partner actually tries to touch you on top of their head here. Okay? If you're punching like this at your partner doesn't have to do anything, and he's not going to learn that way. Okay? So if Yves is actually going for it, he'll just hit me on top of the head. And because I got my stance on and my guard up and my chin down, I'm going to be safe about it. Okay, the slip and counter punch drill. I'm going to slip his jab, slip and come back with my straight right. Okay, if I'm an orthodox. Okay, I'll slip his right, come back with my lead hook. Okay, so we're going to go slip and counter, slip and counter. Make sure you're getting your whole body behind those punches. Each time, we want to do this with one person throwing the punches at me for 2 minutes, and then we'll swap. So Yves will slip and counter and slip and counter for 2 minutes. Slipping and countering on the heavy bag. We're going to slip, bring the right shoulder forward, come back with the lead hook. We're going to slip with the lead shoulder forward and come back with the right straight. Slip, counter, slip, counter. If you want to add a little more, you can make it 2 punches. Slip, hook, cross. Slip, cross, hook. We're going to do that as many times as you can with good technique for 2 minutes.